Hey guys, Hugh Shang here. Welcome to another Starcraft 2 lesson. In this video, we're going to be watching a ZVP that I played, playing a macro lurker style. And we're going to go through the whole game. I'm just going to give you some commentary, what I was thinking at the time, walk you through my decisions, and hopefully that gives you a better idea if you like to play macro with lurkers. So far I've opened up with the Korean style ZVP, third hatch. And right now I'm just looking to see what unit Protoss makes out of their gateway. So in this case we see an adept. So this is gonna force me to make 2 sets of lings here just to defend that in case he decides to shade in. We really don't need to go too heavy here, and if he did go stalker then I could maybe even just skip these. At least for a little bit. I'm also sending my second overlord into the main. And the reason we're doing that is just to get the tech scout. So he does actually commit here, which is pretty weird. So we just want to make our drones into spores. Unfortunately I missed the second one there, but 1 for 1, or yeah, 1 drone for 1 adept is definitely favoring the Zerg. So we're not too unhappy about that. Now I did see he opened Stargate here with my overlord, but I'm not sure I actually checked it because I was busy dealing with that adept. So I just threw down a bunch of safety spores, and I also throw down a safety roach warren here in a second. But normally you don't have to do this against Protoss who play Stargate. You could drone up quite a bit more than a 345 roach warren. You could even go like 430 roach warren and that would be totally fine. We can also drone up quite a bit more than if we're playing against Twilight or Robo. So you're basically only going to see drones here for the next couple minutes. Now I'm getting close to 52 workers, which is kind of a key time. Because if you go past 52 workers and they're doing some sort of 2-base all-in, then you can be in a lot of trouble. So you'll see me scouting quite a bit around this time frame, just making sure that he's not doing some sort of all-in. And we do see the 3rd base, so you can see immediately I drone quite a bit there, knowing that we're safe. And there's 1 2.5 base all-in that we have to look for as well. And I don't think I do a very good job of that this game. That's still something I'm adding in to my play. But you want to look and make sure that Protoss is not stopping at like 8 workers at the 3rd base, because if they do that, they can hit a pretty nasty timing as well. But so I see that he's going for a macro 3rd base. He's playing a relatively macro style game, and so our game plan now is to drone up to like 66, get our 4th base, and then play it out from there. He does get a nice stasis here, which was a little unfortunate. He timed it out super well. He did them both at the exact same time, so pretty nice move by him.
Our forces are under attack.
Getting our +1. I grabbed that Evo since I saw the 3rd base. If you watched my last video, I talked about not getting that Evo until you see the 3rd. Otherwise, it's pretty easy to die to all-ins. So not too much going on right now. We're just droning, we're getting our tech, and you know, most of the action is going to come in just a few seconds when we figure out what he's doing. He did cancel my 4th off screen. I don't even think I noticed that in the game. I just thought I didn't take it. So our Hydra Tech's almost done, and now I really want to see what he's doing. And I want to get some really good coverage here. Unfortunately, this is, like I said earlier, a little bit too late. And he did manage to sneak out some adepts, so I should have done this slightly earlier. But the coverage is good. You can see I have full vision of anything that can come out of his base. But yeah, unfortunately these adepts get in. He doesn't control them perfectly though, so I get a little bit of a buy here. And basically you just want to preserve your drones in these situations, so don't sweat it too much. Just pull them all and try to keep as many alive as you can. I think he only got like 3, so this was actually totally fine. Probably even a better trade for me than him in the end. And I made my Hydralisk a little bit too fast. I believe I made them at about 66 drones. But I would have preferred to make them at like 75. Because we want to maintain a pretty good lead here, and Protoss is playing super macro. So because of that, cancel on the 4th. Because I made these Hydras a little bit early than I wanted, I'm going to do a little pressure here and just see if we can, you know, force some units. Doesn't go too great, to be honest. We get a couple oracles and a sentry, so I think it's pretty much a wash. But we do know that he's playing High Templar, which is nice. And so from here, I'm just setting up for a nice macro game. I'm going up to 75 workers currently. And 5th base, and then just kind of chilling. And then we'll save up some money for a decent amount of lurkers. And then we can just really pile on the pressure. Now, because I droned a little slowly, my position in this game is a little bit behind. Like we're not ahead of this Protoss. We're in a slightly behind position. I don't think my game sense is that great yet. It's okay, but I think playing this game, my thought was that I was a little bit ahead actually. And watching the replay, we're definitely behind because of the early Hydras and the lack of droning early on. So based on that, this attack is a little bit preemptive. But if we were in a good position or even, then I think this attack is quite strong, right as Protoss is taking their 4th. Now luckily for us, he doesn't actually have an observer, so that's a pretty sweet break. And we pick off a couple High Templar. And this isn't all in by any means. So we do get this 4th Nexus. And, you know, it's probably not a good idea to push any more here at the moment. So I decide to drone up, go up to quite a big drone count here, and then we're just gonna play more Lurker Hydra. Another small mistake I made here. I'm just gonna point out all my mistakes. I don't really care too much about making myself look bad. But another mistake here I made is my hive is just slightly too late. So my transition into the lurker upgrades is a little bit slow. So I wish I got that a bit earlier. But not a massive deal or anything, just some slight things I'm noticing in this replay to make improvements on personally. So here he's taking a 4th and a 5th, 2 bases at the same time, so I decided to push again. Luckily we saw that stasis, because I think I would have ran into that otherwise. And this is just an easy cancel, he's pretty far out of position. So here what you want to do is just spread as much as you can and try to minimize the storms and just, you know, let a couple Hydras shoot at his army. And once the storms are out, then the Hydras are king. So you can see here he maybe used a bit too many storms too quickly. And then we were able to break through. And from here it's pretty much game. Because now we've taken out his base and his army. We've still got a lot of Hydra he's got to clean up. And you know, it's very difficult, so we can probably even push this next base and take that out as well. And of course, so he's forced to GG. And I think a pretty clean game. Definitely some improvements for me to make, but hopefully that was super helpful, showing you guys the progression, why it's safe to drone at certain times, and how you want to progress your tech. So thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Zerg content. Alright, I'll see you in the next one.